Okay. Hello. Hi. What's happening? I caught myself in a space flight right there. I was just kind of looking around going, what am I doing here? Woo! I lost myself a little bit there. Let me fix this camera a little bit if you're watching on YouTube. Hi. Good to have you here. Please like and subscribe. Actually, I got a message on YouTube, I think it was. I'm not sure exactly where I got it. It was more of a comment than any kind of message. And I'm not even sure exactly what this means. It says your show kind of reminds me of the Joe Rogan show, but it's for people that are, let me see if I can get this right. It's for people who aren't easily brainwashed. Now, I don't think Joe Rogan's fans are brainwashed. I don't even compare me to Joe. I know Joe, but don't even compare me to a guy who's making $300 million a year and has millions and millions of listeners and followers. Okay? Let's tell the truth. I'm only one crossbow away from accidentally killing somebody with a crossbow. I mean, that's the reality of everything. It really is. All right, let's start off with something new. It's kind of weird to me because I'm a little fired up about this. I'm always blown away at what people get upset about. The needless energy that you're wasting on something that really doesn't matter. I'm guilty of it. I do it all the time. But at least I'm catching myself more and more when I'm doing that. I always go, hey, wait a minute, does this really matter in the whole scheme of things? How does this affect my life personally? How does it really affect my life? So we're starting off with something new today called What's America Pissed Off At Today? Well, I think it's pretty obvious right now. One of the big things that's out there is we got the football playoffs going on, and the Kansas City Chiefs won. They're going to the Super Bowl again, much to everybody's dismay. They're all upset because of Taylor Swift. Apparently, Taylor Swift is going to ruin their Super Bowl. Let's get this straight. This is a woman. She's a woman now. This is a woman where the entire world, not just America, the entire world has grown up with her. She's handled herself like a champion. She comes from a good family. She writes songs that people like. She's very generous to everybody around her. So she falls in love with a football player. You know, she meets his parents live on television. It doesn't get any more American than that. And a lot of people are sitting there going, get this bitch off my TV. Come on, people. If this is what's upsetting you, what narrative are you listening to? Is it because you heard somebody at work say this and you want to jump right into thing? I work with somebody who's not a big fan. And I just finally had to say, what is your problem? You know, I don't want to fight with anybody, but really, seriously, are you that worried about what a dude you are? What a man you are? That you can't see a quick 2 seconds of Taylor Swift celebrating or maybe even losing in this case and she's upset or whatever? It's real life. These are famous people. Deal with it. Okay. I feel a little better right now. I hope you do too. Okay, let's see. I wrote a couple things down that I wanted to talk about. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I just wanted to say hi. First of all, welcome to the show. It is a Monday. Doing these shows 2 times a week right now. I hope you guys are liking the twice a week. I am. I have a dream of going live 3 days a week. Producer, maybe a co-host. I don't know. I have no idea where it's headed, but I have a dream of this. This is a lot of fun for me. I really, really like this a lot. I'm going to get to that here in a second. But I've been working on a brand new schedule right now because I have so many things that are not of just an interest to me, things that I really feel deep in my heart that I got to do. Talked about it last week. I've decided between the last show on Thursday and now, I am writing a book. I'm finally going to do it. I'm finally going to throw my hat in the ring. I don't know exactly what it's going to be like. I was writing I like nonfiction stuff, but I like things that really mean something too. So, and that's probably what it's going to be. It's probably going to be maybe a little cross between nonfiction and fiction. There are no rules, right? I'm not a writer. I don't even fancy myself as a writer. In fact, my wife really is a writer. She's really, really good, but she doesn't do it. She's won money doing it. She graduated magna cum laude with an English degree. And I'm the guy who's going to write a book. Why? Because I don't care. I don't care the way I look. I don't care about any of that. I just want to do it. I want the challenge. I want to see what happens with it. I like when I've done things like this before. I don't know the way it's going to end. So far, I'm working on an outline. We'll see what happens. We'll see exactly what happens. But obviously, it's not going to be done this week or next week or the week after. I wonder if I work really hard on it, though, if I could have it done by the end of the year. I don't know. I don't even know what it's going to turn into. So there you go. I officially started a book. All right. So I also want to welcome all the wombats, all you people who signed up for my brand new secret, not so secret, private, 100% private Instagram account called Calling All Wombats. I mentioned it on the last show. I couldn't believe that I got anybody to sign up because it was buried late in the podcast, but I got quite a few people that sign up. I'm going to go for just 100 people to start, and we're going to pretty much help each other out. We're going to share each other's dreams. We're going to see how we can help one another. We're going to have an open conversation. It's going to be a safe space. If somebody becomes an asshole, we're going to kick them out. Simple as that. And I'm hoping that we all help one another. We celebrate one another. We support one another, even if it's something as simple as, buying somebody's art or subscribing to a podcast or just putting a like on something or giving them a positive message at the end of the day going, hey, how's that thing going with your mom? Whatever. It's a new one. It's there right now. If you want to go to Instagram.com, it's called Calling All Wombats, all squished together. Doesn't have my name or picture or anything on that. Just request. I will accept you. And as soon as we get 100 people, we'll get going on the private little Instagram account, which I got big ideas for. So that should be pretty fun. So anyway, it's really good to be here. I really enjoy doing this. I enjoy being here. Sometimes I get into this flow state where everything I'm talking about just comes really from the heart and really natural, and the things that I wanted to talk about I have a little outline, the things that I want to talk about on the show, I never even get to. That's what I really like about this. And usually it's just stuff that I need to hear, but getting a lot of response from you guys saying that apparently you need to hear it too. So I really appreciate it. There's no place that I would rather be than is right here, right now with you guys, which is cool. It's a really good environment to be in. And I think environment is a very important thing. I mean, if you've got chaos around you, you've got negative people around you, you have unhealthy stuff mentally and physically all around you, that's all you see. That's all it's the only thing of reference you have. You have to like where you live. Just answer these questions right now. Do you like where you live? I do right now. I love living downtown. I love the energy of living downtown. People always question me on it. How can you live in the city, man? Listen, I appreciate the country. I appreciate a stream and a lake and a river and a beach. And I appreciate that more than you ever will know. But right now, at this stage in my life, at this current stage in my life, I like energy around me. I look out in the city and I see people walking around and I wonder what they're doing. I see them dressed up and I see them laughing with their coworkers and I see them out there creating. Now, granted, if you're watching on Instagram, these buildings behind me, And this is not an exaggeration. These buildings behind me are all Amazon buildings, most of them. I'd say 95% of them are Amazon offices. When this building was here, this condo that I'm in, it was dirt. There was nothing behind me, nothing at all behind. There was a Toyota dealership down the street, and that was it. There was nothing here. So all these have built up around me, and I love that energy. I love wondering what people are doing. You see these people on their Amazon teams as they're walking around, they're collaborating, they're dreaming, they're coming up with ideas, they're around peers, and they're just having a blast. And to me, that's a great environment to be in. Do you have a creative space in your house? Do you have some place where you could go and whether it's be quiet, whether it's write, whether it's work on a side project or study, whatever it is, do you have a quiet space to go, a creative space to go? These are things you absolutely need. Do you have healthy, supportive relationships? Is your husband supportive? Is your wife supportive, or boyfriend or girlfriend or mate or whatever? Are they supportive? I had a friend come visit not that long ago, and he was talking about, his mate. And all he could say was just positive things about him. Hey, I know this person's going to crush it. Right now they're going to school, but I can't wait to see what they come up. I mean, it was really just great people to be around. I just love the fact that they were supporting one another, even when that other person wasn't there. They had nothing but positive things to say about their mate. And I was like, God, I hope that person realizes how lucky they truly are, because you need healthy, supportive relationships. Otherwise, you're going nowhere. Do you have good friends who inspire your ass? Do you have good friends who inspire you? You need them. You don't want those friends who want to take you down a notch. You don't want those friends who are getting, oh, that person's getting more attention than me, I have to rip them up. Or that person is becoming more and more, successful than I truly am. Let me put things into perspective for you. I had those feelings. I had some really good friends growing up, and I was starting to really worry about myself. They went to school, they got good grades. By a certain age, like 30, they had like 1.2 kids. They had working on a pension. They had, all kinds of health insurance and regular money they could count on. And they had a degree, and they were actually working on what they got their degree on. And I was that guy. I was that guy who they had to buy hamburgers for. I was the guy that I'm sure they had conversations about going, God, I don't think Terry's going to make it. He's that dreamer guy. He didn't have a girlfriend, didn't have anything going on. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my life completely changed. And I'm sure that their opinion and vision of me changed as well. But if you don't have any of those basics, those friends and everything else, I have a feeling you're kind of doomed. If any one of those things is missing, it's going to be tough for you. Like I said, I love that energy around me. It's got to be around me. It has to happen. So anyway, what was I going to talk about here? Okay, I got some emails here not emails, a couple questions that I wanted to answer that have been coming in. I feel bad because I see your questions, but I haven't answered all of them. And this is one that I get all the time. You've probably even heard me answer it before, so I'll be quick with this one. What is the best advice you've ever received? I'm going to give you mine real quick, but I want to see what your best advice you ever received is. So if you're like listening to this right now, go to terryjames.com and leave a comment or in my comment email thing. I want to know what the best advice you ever received. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, leave a comment below, because I'm going to read those and I'm going to come back on a future show and talk about some of the best advice that you guys have ever received. But mine really sticks into my mind. I've said it many times before. My brother had a friend whose name was Jeff Satzing. He's Johnny Carson's nephew. And I wanted to get into show business. My brother set up a meeting with him, and I went with him, and my whole goal was to become a page, one of those people that pretty much are show people to their seats, whatever it is, just to get my foot in the door at the network at NBC. I guess it was NBC. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, NBC. And I had an in. I had an in. So I told the guy that's what I wanted to do. He goes, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "Well, I want to do some comedy. I'd love to possibly try my hand at acting and all that stuff." He said, "So why do you want to be a page? Why don't you just do that?" He goes, "I'll help you. I'll help you talk to an agent. I'll set up a call with an agent for you. But why would you want to take like days and months and years off of your progression just for getting your foot in the door?" And it's true. If there's something you want to do, throw your ass into it. There's no rules. Just get started on it. Learn everything you can about it. If you're an actor, say you're an actor. If you're an entrepreneur, say you're an entrepreneur. Yeah, I'm going to open up my own business. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. If you're a great mother, just come right out and say, I'm the best mom around. So that's the best advice I've ever gotten. And I tell it to many, many people. And I just told you again. Recent show, it says you talked about having high standards. Is that something you can really stick to, Terry? They said with a scolding tone in their email. For yourself, yeah, you can. I do, but I let myself down a lot. Yeah. You have to put some standards for yourself. You have to say, yeah, I'm not going to date that type of person. I'm not going to accept that kind of job. I will not be treated by people this certain way. I want to be healthy. I want to be a good husband or a good wife. I want to be a good brother or, uncle or whatever you want to be, a good mom. These are all standards that you set for yourself. Yeah, set them high. Set your standards really high. For others, it's very tough to set standards for. I tried it. It doesn't work. If you're just going to be disappointed if you label somebody a certain way and they do something to take that away, and you just got to be bummed out. People will constantly let you down. So what do you do with that? You compromise. You just go, it's okay if my buddy Tom, wants to go out and whatever. So I'm sorry I used the name Tom. I have a friend named Tom, actually. So I don't want to say, I'm sorry if my buddy, Enrique, not that I don't have any Indian friends named Enrique, not that I am afraid to have friends of other ethnicities. Okay, these are all jokes, people. But you just can't be in charge of what the other person's going to do, or your date or your husband or whatever. It's just the level of what your standards are with what you will put up with. And you have to stick to those as well. Doesn't mean the other person's a bad person. It just means you've decided that in order for your life to go forward, in order for your happiness to be something that's on a daily basis, your mental health, your physical health, your everything else, you need to stick to some standards. And damn it, write them down. Write them down. Okay? But don't give away too much if you're compromising. Do not give away too much. All right. So let's get back to something I was talking about here. It just kind of hit me that maybe I should talk about this. Some people say that, how does that quote go? The only thing in life that matters is how you think of yourself or how you feel about yourself when you're alone. And that kind of goes with the standards thing. And it's true. That's the only time we're really honest with ourselves. Although I do have some people in my life who I think are just awesome at lying to themselves. They are just the best at letting themselves off the hook. I wish I could be more like that. I wish I could lie to myself more than that, because it would save me some sleepless nights just by not giving an S. Maybe there's some sort of compromise I could use in there. But the only thing in life that matters is how you feel about yourself when you're alone. I sat with this for a while. I'm thinking about this. I really did. I kind of was putting it to the test. And it turns out there's a lot of days I don't like myself very much. I hate saying that, but it's true. I have regrets. Okay. I have all this type of stuff. And I believe the reason why I'm doing this podcast, because it makes me feel better about myself. It reminds me to just be better. I mean, when I'm done with this today, the rest of my day and night is going to be fantastic. I'm going to be on a high. And that's why I do these things. It's kind of a mind screw thing as far as that goes. I mean, if I could lie, if people could lie to themselves, I could lie to myself in a positive manner, can't I? But I have let myself down. Sometimes I don't eat right. Sometimes I don't treat people the way they deserve to be treated. Sometimes I get moody. Sometimes it's called being a person. That's what Sherry says. My wife says, you're just being a person. You're just a person. I said, no, I'm a person who thinks that other people deserve better and I could be better. I just could. So yeah, I've let myself down, but I figured out one thing about this, and this may be what we'll leave with today. I figured out one thing, and it's not that I dislike myself all the time. There are just certain aspects of myself that I don't like when I let myself down, but you could change. And I could sit there and I could go, God, I hate myself. That's not my whole self I hate. I just don't like it when I do a specific thing. And then I can change and work on changing that specific thing. So if you're somebody out there who struggles with, I guess it's called self-esteem, right? Because I know I'm a good person. I know I am. And other people around me and people that are close to me in my life, they'll tell you that I'm way too hard on myself, that I am a great person, but I don't go around telling everybody I'm a bad person. I screwed up. No, I struggle with these moments, and they're not all the time. They're not all the time. But when I go there, I go there. When I start to feel it, oh boy, do I feel it. And it gets darker and deeper and scarier and angrier. And then I come out of it. I don't stay in it as much and as long as I used to. So the bottom line is, if there's something about yourself you don't like, just start whittling away. It's like anything else. If you want to lose weight and you think you're a fat bastard, you lose weight, a pound at a time, till you finally get there. It's work. Everything that is really good in your life takes a little bit of dedication. I don't want to say work. Work is a bad word for some people. It takes a little dedication. How badly do you want to be a good person? How badly do you want to be that good husband or wife? How bad? All that kind of stuff. Damn it. Okay, now I'm fired up. Now I'm going to the gym again. I'm going to go to the gym again. I pushed the wrong little thing. Anyway, guys, listen. I know it's a little all over the place today, but to me, that's good. I hardly got to the stuff that I wanted to talk about, and I just looked down, and I'm already at 23 minutes. I want to start these things at about 20 minutes. So look at that, a 3-minute extra for you guys. I'll be back later this week, probably on Thursday. Please leave comments. I'd love to talk about the best advice that you ever got. We'll go over some of that. Or you could even go to terryjames.com. This is even a cooler way to do it. Go to terryjames.com in the bottom right-hand portion, whether you're on your cell phone or your desktop or whatever, the right-hand portion of the website, there's a little microphone icon. If you click on that, you could easily leave a voicemail, which I will play on the show. It's Monday. Let's get through this week. You got this. You got the choice. I want to see if this song picks up again. Hold on a second here. I don't think I've ever gone this far. Oh, yeah. It's got a vibe, doesn't it? I'm going to be singing this all day, too. Anyway, guys, love you. I seriously do. Have a great, great day. We'll talk to you guys later on this week.